So guys, today we have the lovely ladies from the Rally Lionesses, the first and only, I believe, all-female rally team in all of Africa. I'm going to let them introduce themselves because they're just superstars and I'm so happy that they're on here. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, my name is Lisa Alamakena Christoffersen, and I founded Kenya's first all-women-only safari rally in March 2022 at Kasarani, the Triple S stage. 8 female drivers, 8 female navigators, all the police, GSU, the officials, the timers, the fuelers, even the person driving the city council fire engine. Wanawake peke yake.
Actually, it's always surprising hearing Lisa speak Swahili, by the way.
Unashangaa sababu gani?
Unajua, when I look at you like this, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe nilikuwa na kusengenya. Then, unexpectedly, you just pull a Swahili line and I'm like, did I say something that she had or she picked? But it's always good, by the way.
Thank you.
And the rest of your team over here?
My name is Christabel Washuka. I'm the one who's in the hot seat. I'm Lisa's navigator. And no stranger to being in places where people don't expect to see me.
Out of curiosity, does it mean, and I know of course Siombua has no Chris at the beginning of her name, but surprisingly the two of you have Chris.
Oh yeah, Christabel Washuka.
Ends with her and starts with me.
Exactly, because I'm like, Chris, why?
Well noted.
Thank you.
That's actually usually I'm good at these things. I've been slacking, man. I've been slacking.
Don't worry, I know it's our effect on you, man. I know.
Oh, that's true.
We can be slightly overwhelming.
Oh no.
But don't worry.
I'm blushing now. Now I'm blushing.
You're just about to hide yourself under the table, under the desk couple.
Hi guys. Start being so shy, but
It's
please
okay, we won't
continue.
be so blinding. We promise to be gentler.
Okay, don't worry. You're just fine the way you are.
Well, thank you.
So we have Christabel Washuka, the navigator, and of course
we have Siombua A. Kibwe, and I'm the newest addition to the team as the commercial partner for the Lioness Rally Club.
Yes. The commercial partner is basically when you're mtu wa mado.
Exactly.
You're the person with the money, yeah?
Yes.
Helping to look for the money.
Look for the money.
Now,
but the assumption is you already have the money, because I know rallying is not a cheap sport, to be honest.
Walai.
No, it is.
Hey.
Walai. Pesa iko wapi? Uniulize ngiri ziko wapi?
Ndio hiyo ziko wapi?
where the ngwizi is.
No, actually I like the way she said ngiri.
Ngiri is the classic one.
No, it's not even that. You know, ngiri in Kiswahili is wathog, eh?
Yes. Okay. Oh yes. I recall.
I know. I like the fact that I usually have.
Why does that sound like something from Murima?
Wait, no, it is not from Murima, to be honest. Ngiri is actually a wathog in Kiswahili.
Like Pumba.
Yeah.
Some people call it Kenya Airways. The tail's like Kenya Airways.
So the reason why I brought up the whole wathog thing is I'm sure when Lisa asks where are the ngiris, then they're in the park.
And while she's driving at Ameziona. In fact, she tries to avoid them. And if you go to Uhuru Gardens, by the way, they just walk around. Before the new construction, I used to go there sometimes. They just walk around and you can throw there for them.
Actually,
there
are some that are permanently along Langata Road. And KWS literally comes to check on them every so often. Try to hunt them down as wild boar, and you'll face the wrath of KWS for sure. Anyway, Lisa,
Can I give you an interesting fact,
please,
guys?
Yes, please.
Now, Lisa once made a very interesting observation that when you combine me and her, you have a mocha. Basically, uko na rangi ya thao.
Sasa nangoja mocha latte ama cappuccino. That's a good one, by the way. So, I can already see that blend of color.
Yes. So sisi pamoja ni rangi ya thao. Kwa hivyo msituangushe.
Thank you. And you see, that's exactly why I was saying the money is here. The money is here. But anyway, let's
translate.
Yeah, but let's talk about this sport, Lisa. To be honest, and what really inspires inspired you to start an all-female team?
So what actually happened in June 2021, when Uhuru Kenyatta, when he was president, and Waziri Amina Mohammed was CS of Sports, Amina is a very dear friend of mine and invited me to come to Naivasha with the family for an outing to watch the last leg of WRC Safari Rally at Hell's Gate. So when we arrived, I said to Waziri, wapi wanawake?
I know, that's a good question.
I was just looking around and said, all I'm seeing are like girls on the side of the road, like cheerleaders, wanakula vumbe tu. So I said to Waziri, I'm going to found Kenya's first all-women-only safari rally. And she turned to me, we're going to call it the Lionesses. That night, Nirudi Nairobi, the seed was planted. I started making those calls, and I said, we've got to do this. Got the women together, did a lot of training with support of some of the men as well, who lent us cars so we could do training at Kasarani. And 9 months later, the Super Cub was born at Kasarani in March 2022. So basically what it also is, it's an empowerment program, because driving in Safari Rally, it's a male-dominant sport.
Exactly.
And we're in a patriotic society. And especially some of the men in the sport, they called me up and said, what the heck do you think you're trying to do? And I went, la 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 la, sisiki. Right?
Siski wanasema ni lakini si
wanasema ni pole, very
calm, lakini looks are deceiving.
Is that the same? Am I singing the same song?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So so we actually succeeded then, and metaphorically, we wake up every day and we drive through life. Our day, how we drive on a bicycle, riding a bicycle, a bike, or taking a bus, or driving in a car. Right? You look on the road, most of the people on the road, they're mothers taking the kids to school, driving to work, or going shopping, right? So metaphorically, you're driving in life. Mara ingine unakosa njia, unapiga reverse, get back on track. That is life. We lose sometimes, we lose focus. We have to get back on track. And a navigator, you're navigating every day through life, challenges. You embrace joyous moments. So if you understand what I'm trying to say, driving and navigating, and we're doing it in a car. Yeah, we're the only, no other country has female drivers in the World Rally Championship, right? So from there on, we were embraced by the Ministry of Sports. Babu Namamba was CS at the time, and he sponsored 4 lady crews, and all of us were all in the Lioness Rally. To drive in WRC. So it's now opening up. But if we look at it right now, we've got WRC Safari Rally 2026, 89 days to go from today. Okay? And there are no other women drivers coming in from Europe. All the professionals, the P1, the P2s are all men. So we're asking Kenyans, please, to support us, okay? We need all the support and the TLC and the money to be able to succeed and make sure that we can get to that podium.
Well, I'm sure we'll be asking for numbers in terms of what is needed when you look at you preparing yourselves to go for the rallying. And like I said, we usually have a lot of assumptions in terms of you, first of all, getting a car, being able to get that car ready for the race, ensuring that you have everything, the gears, all the equipment and everything.
Spare parts.
Exactly.
And a fuel tank.
And a fuel tank. And the crews, because at the end of the day, it's not just the two of you. No. It goes beyond the two of you.
So we'll be talking pit crew.
Exactly.
We have an entire pit crew. We even have a team manager. So a manager who managed basically the technical aspects and the mechanics as well for those cars, okay? How many tires we need, and if we're to drive, we're required special tires. The Hankook tires now have the contract for the next 5 years for WRC. So that, and then remember, rally cars don't drive on regular fuel.
Exactly.
We drive on avgas, which is the same fuel that light aircraft use, okay?
Oh.
So we always like, Shell Vivo, tafadhali, tunaomba kidogo.
And it must be really expensive, because I know it's not the same price as normal fuel in a petrol station.
Normal fuel.
And you procure it in drums.
Yeah, so we ask for
Again,
drums.
it's highly flammable, so it has to.
In fact, I was about to ask, because I know jet fuel. And it's not the jet fuel that people, people also call changa jet fuel. The people who consume it. So that's not the jet fuel we're talking about.
You just taking me back to Amarios.
I know. Anyway, Washuka, as a girl from Murima, the easiest thing a lot of people would expect is for you to be doing some kabiashara somewhere with a kaduka. What made you get into rallying?
I grew up watching the rally. My dad is a car lover, and we've always joked that we're the sons he doesn't have, because we are 3 girls. And our discussions on safaris between Eldoret and Nairobi or Eldoret and Kisumu was always cars. He always took us to watch the rally, flag off at Sirikwa. We go to Flospa, watch from that side. So we've always followed the rally. I like speed. I like cars too.
I'd really like to know what car you drive normally, because then I would not want to meet you on the road.
No. Rally drivers, like I said before, this week while at KICC, are some of the most slowest conservative drivers on the road.
I don't believe that.
Because we understand the dangers of speed, especially with our road cars, because the rally car, as I keep saying, is the safest car on earth. It's the one car that you can...
Is it because of the roll bars and...
bars, seat belts, the seats. With so many safety features. We don't rely on ABS only, like your normal road cars. Yeah. So they're safe. They're the safest vehicles. But in terms of that, again, growing up a tomboy, finding myself in Mujengo, that's why I said that I'm not used. I'm
Musa,
always found where people
she
don't
says
expect.
She's a tomboy. I'm just looking at the way she's dressed and all the amount of makeup on her face. And
who says we can't? Who says we can't? We can't be ladies
and still be a tomboy.
Our feminine side and embrace all the other parts of us.
Well, you can, and it's allowed.
Why we do what we do, so that we can inspire ladies and tell them, even in your heels, there are things you can do. Okay, in Django you'll find me in gumboots or sneakers. But like I said, Lisa and I, coincidentally, again, we are no strangers to being in places or industries that are male dominated. So I think that's what made us such an amazing pair together.
And that's good to hear. And in fact, what I'd really want to know, and I know, Lisa, you have alluded to these, is I know you've spoken about some of the men calling you and trying to find out why are you doing this. Have you also found fans or male fans who are even women? Because unfortunately, and I say this a lot, sometimes we are our own worst enemies, where you find even relatives and friends coming to ask you, what the hell are you doing? What are you trying to prove? Have you found yourselves in such situations?
I certainly have, with many. Some of my friends, I would say, and people who really know me well, are certainly not surprised, because I'm always doing something different and pulling myself up. In 2005, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I was in Johannesburg, and after the doctor did 10 hours of all these checks and everything, I knew something was wrong, but I never ever thought I had that C word. So, I couldn't walk 50 meters without coughing blood, could hardly breathe. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. So on Tuesday morning, he sat me down and he said, "You got stage 4 cancer, girl. You got 10 days to live." And
10 days?
So he then said to me, "Do you want to talk to somebody?" So I said, "Excuse me, do you see anybody with me?" "It's me and you, honey." So I said, "Let's get this show on the road." It's just the two of us. So I like, get the show on the road, guys. And he then sent me down to meet an oncologist, who then said, "Hey, you have 2 massive tumors in your uterus. It's spread to your lung, so your whole lung is one massive tumor, and that's why you're struggling with breathing and you're coughing up blood." So she says, "I'm going to apply for the strongest oral chemo in the world, and it's under lock and key." So she applied through the South African Ministry of Health, and we got it. Now the days are ticking. So this was Tuesday, and by Friday I got it. Monday morning I was admitted into hospital. I refused to step into those gowns. I say, no, we go in style, honey. So Jerotich came to sit with me. She was the daughter of the Tabitha Say, who was at that time the South African, the Kenya's High Commissioner in Pretoria. Yep. So I sat there and I said to Jero, "What do you think chemo looks like? And do you think they would allow us to have a glass of bubbles before I get this?" And then a guy came in with a brown paper bag. I'm like, "Is that bubbles or chemo?" "Chemo." Okay, so chemo went in. I hemorrhaged into my lungs. I had 7 blood transfusions. And then the next thing, I died. So if you look at this beautiful scar I have here, that is a reminder of why life is so amazing. So woke up many days later in the tiny corner of ICU with pipes attached to every part of my body. And that was my life for 5 weeks. Imagine I couldn't talk for 5 weeks.
I can imagine.
It was very quiet.
Wow.
That's why Lisa writes, like she can fill a whole A4 just writing 2 sentences.
I write a lot.
That's why she learned how to write very fast and big letters.
So everybody came to visit me, bring paper and pen, because I couldn't talk. I spent 3 months in South Africa, and I never ever once minute doubted the power of the mind. So when you start something, you finish. So people who know me and what I've been through, I've fallen out of an airplane. We crashed over Lake Tanganyika in a small aircraft. I've broken my back aquaplaning on a highway in a sports car in Copenhagen. So I've been through a lot of stuff, breaking my back. So here we are today.
Your life sounds like a movie, to be honest.
It literally
it is. We're working on that, by the way. Working on a couple of reality shows, which is going to incorporate the life of women in motorsport. Our story, the Lioness Rally. Mm-hmm. So when all of these things that you've gone through, you always think, God's given you another chance. So you've got to make a difference in other people's lives as well. And that's the difference, is what we're trying to do in motorsport, is to give back. Hence the motto, drive for change. Change people's lives. So small children who, for example, have cancer, I want to help them.
In fact, I'm about to ask you spoke about being told you only had 10 days to live. Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
That was in 2005.
That's so literally we're talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah, they had no idea who they were talking to.
Wow. I think I love the fight in you.
Yes.
Because to be quite honest, even just doing the math, I'm like 10 days, 20 years. And we are looking at another 20 plus ahead.
When I go to South Africa, I go do my medical checks, right? They look at me, sometimes I go and say,
so are you cancer free now?
Garissa.
Has been for quite some time.
For a long time. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Well, actually, I think we need to look for that song. Eh?
We can find it. We can definitely find it.
She definitely embodies resilience. If resilience was a person, it's definitely Lisa.
And I can imagine.
She says the meaning of her name is life is
so amazing.
Oh, and she's so also amazing. A musician, by the way. We will be playing her song at some point. But before we get there, Siombua, I think it's good to know, what does a commercial person do when it comes to rallying? Because we are thinking, if it's all about rallying, then shouldn't we be talking to the drivers, the navigators? What is this commercial person doing here?
One thing people forget is that there's a whole back office, the people who make sure that you're able to see the rally driver and the navigator in front of you. And so part of my work is to ensure that we get the funds that we require for the cars and everything, making sure the team is pretty good. It's about making as much noise as possible for Lioness Rally team, and being a person who is against sports-dominated industry, like all the ladies, it's our time for us to be able to make so much noise. So it's such an honor to even just be able to work with the rally team. Again, motorsport. Mm-hmm. We met a couple of days ago when we were discussing 2 different sets of motorsport, and before you know it, I was in it, and I was like, I want to do this, super excited. Yeah.
In fact, I was going to ask, last I checked, because Siombua and I know each other for so many years.
Many years.
Yeah. Last I checked, you are an agent, so finding you in rallying, I was like...
agent?
Oh yeah, a sports agent, literally.
Actually, one of the best
I was thinking,
in Africa.
Really?
Yes.
You and I need to talk after this. Definitely.
No, she is a sports. She is a sports agent.
I was checking out her Twitter bio when you shared that picture with us today, and I was like, damn, this is the longest bio I've ever seen.
Oh yes.
Top. Let me read it right now.
Actually, you should read it.
I've got it right here. It's founder and CEO at SKEIYA, which is Skeya.
Yes.
My bad. And at Rise Her Game. Mm-hmm. And then the Business of Sports, G100 Sports Kenya County Chair, Africa Sports Special, na hapa kuna YouTube channel pia.
Yes. And one of the recently recognized 50 most influential women in sports.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That came in early November. Uh-huh. Yes.
So why the shift? Mm-hmm. I think that's what I was asking.
No, it's not much of a shift.
Okay.
As if you see how Skeya has been, I set up Skeya already. Mm-hmm. It was already going towards being a commercial sports company from the get-go. And part of the different legs of having a sports commercial company was, it came in because when I came back to the Kenyan side and the African side, I realized that sport is taken as a hobby. And when you're out there, it's an actual business. And so when I was coming in, I was like, people need to see the business side of sports, what it actually looks like. So it's not a situation of where people are just waiting to go outside to succeed, but we can actually create the ecosystem within the continent of Africa, and people are able to actually earn a living and be here. So going outside is just but an option. So that is where we were already going to go at the end of the day. And so part of what we've been putting up in terms of the year of the tribe, which is the whole of 2026, is being able to create these spaces that allow the commercial aspect to come in. And that's how it was very easy for me to blend in with the Lionesses, because then I was coming in as a commercial partner. So you realize in a lot of the stuff that we've done, I've basically been a commercial partner for different projects. So this is just one of the ones that super excites me. Being again, it's all women, so you know my love for ladies sports, so it's just blended in pretty well.
I've actually been seeing you a lot dealing with a lot of women's issues, so it's it was an easy blend. It
was the most easiest blend ever. In fact, it was I think I became their commercial partner within a second of arriving.
Look at us, we're attractive.
Have you seen that the Homer Simpson, the meme? I don't think it's the Simpsons, but it's like, take my money, you know. So you guys met and you're like, you're hired.
I mean, you also met us and you just fell in love right away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're special.
And that's why you're here.
It's the energy.
It's pretty amazing, because the conversations, I think, started on Monday at KICC when I came over to say hi. And now, Washuka, I want us to talk about what it takes for you as a lady to prepare for a rally, and we can also talk about those bathroom breaks, because I'm still interested to know how you maneuver.
That is a fact. That is a very good question.
It had to come up because I know it's a conversation we had, because I was looking at those suits and I'm like, even for me as a man, I'd be struggling. So let's talk about that. So what does it, as in terms of one, preparation, two, and I know mostly Lisa might also chime into these.
Yes.
Let's talk numbers, because one of the main reasons why we are here is to also rally for that support from Kenyans, for you to be able to prepare yourselves for the WRC next year.
Absolutely. So part of our preparation not only includes the car, there's us as the team, because safari is very grueling physically. So we also have to up our fitness, ensure we're okay, because that rally is actually considered by the international drivers as the world's toughest rally. Okay, I don't know what the experience
The safari rally, that
Saudi.
is.
Yes,
WRC.
they've always said it's the toughest leg for them.
Yep.
I don't know what the experience was in Saudi. All I know is that nobody escaped having a flat. But yes, again, that now comes into the funding part of it, because our gear has an expiry date. So we always have to procure.
What gear are you talking about?
That is the suits. The suits are now innerwear.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Like the
FIA
rally
approved.
gear, like the ones we're wearing here.
No, I know, because
So
I'm
our
like,
rally
why
suits-
does it have an expiry?
Because it's fireproof.
Yeah,
So
fire
again,
resistant.
that element of it has a duration by which it's
How long does it last?
5 years.
5 years. So after that, they can't guarantee your safety. So it's fireproof, so that in case of a fire in the vehicle, we have enough time to jump out without the fire getting to you and
Your
you
skin.
getting burnt. Yeah.
How much does that suit cost? One.
So one suit, basically, if we buy it locally in Kenya through the wheeler dealers,
So literally, are we buying a new suit or mutumba? We have a very mutumba.
remember there's an expiry date, so hakuna kitu kama mtumba.
Because I was about to say, ukienda kununua ya Gikomba,
So
chances
hapa,
are
it's about, buy it locally, it's probably about 200,000 Kenya shillings for one rally suit. So each of us, we need two. So we've been saying, if guys, you want to sponsor the rally suits, karibu sana. The helmets, which have an intercom system as well, they could easily be up to from anywhere to 60 to 100,000 shillings, depending also on the brand. Then we have all the innerwear, the socks, the trousers and the top, the balaclava that we wear underneath our helmet. I, as a driver, I have also gloves to wear. So, all in all, we're looking at about 2 million shillings just for us to have
to be
rally
kitted.
to be kitted.
dressed, yeah.
To
Wow.
be kitted. So we've managed to get through. Actually, Oliver Solberg's mother, Pernilla, has become a friend. So she's given me the contact of the owner of the factory in Italy. Most of all of the rally gear is made in Italy. Yeah. So we know now we can have it designed. So if corporates want to come on board and they want us to have their brand, their logo, it has to be done from the factory, because even that thread has to be that fire resistant.
So that means that like the preparation for your sponsors and stuff like that has to come in months before the start of the season.
Absolutely. Yeah. Otherwise, the only thing, right, is like we have plain rally suits as of now, and then if we have sponsors, we have actually a beautiful sponsor deck proposal that we've done, and we have different categories of which to say you can sponsor us 500,000 shillings up to 20 odd million shillings. Okay. We can wrap the whole car. So if you want to be the title sponsor, we can wrap the car so it can look like that corporate brand, right? If you just want to do some stickers on the door, as you saw, we were sponsored by Digital Mara, who we're very, very grateful for, who sponsored us to allow us to be at KICC, not only ourselves, but with a rally car as a demo, so we could have that there and be part of that whole excitement and representing sports tourism in Kenya. So there are different categories. Some people say we don't want to have anything, any brand on anything. We just want to support you. And they just said, give us your pay bill number, and they send money to our fundraising account. So there's many ways to skin a cat. But like I always say, hey guys, we're a billboard on wheels. So where you go, we go. Where we go, you go.
Yes. And I think I like that, because at the end of the day, just looking at motorsport in general, and it's the different clusters of motorsport, I think one of the key things that really stands out is the advertising opportunities, because literally on the road, you're still a moving billboard for any brand that wants to come along and support you, which now brings in the question with the car. We've spoken about the kitting. Let's talk about the car itself, your baby, because I saw how you guys were taking care of it, even ensuring it was under a tent.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
exactly. Darling.
So you see, like, for example, somebody sponsored us some money while we were at KICC, because they were like, they could see this is an opportunity to have our sticker. And it's one of the new beauty salons that's just opened in Mwanzi Market, Aviation. I'm going to talk about them, because she just said, Lisa, I'm going to support you. And I said, we need some money. I have to pay for that tent. We want to design a banner. We need brochures. You know, there was a lot of stuff that was like we hadn't budgeted for, but we could see the opportunity. So somebody then believes in me, and I'm like, send your stickers. And she sent the stickers before the end of the day. They're on the car, and I've done a promotional video for them. So that's what we give back. We give back to the people that believe in us and support us and sponsor us.
And because of the excitement of, number one, we're women, guys had so many questions. So how fast does this go? What do you guys do? Have you ever rolled? And all that stuff. We transcend generations because of our genre of sports. So for any partner or any corporate, that's the value, because it's exciting to everyone from millennials to older to Gen Zs. It was exciting to even Gen Alphas, because we got so much interest and
I was
so many
seeing
questions.
the number of people that were coming there to even take photos, including myself.
Everybody wanted to sit in that rally
car. So we offer something unique, and we're always available to any partner for whatever events they want to do. We are very flexible. So in terms of value, the value is there. In terms of us knowing our stuff, we do. And in terms of our energy levels, I mean, it's there.
Energy
levels,
right?
Of course,
on point.
On point. And now,
So
still back to the car.
Yes, so I was going to say about the rally car. So we will be driving a Subaru. I'm not saying anything else. It's just Subaru Kenya need to support us. Umesikia?
In fact, I was going to ask,
so that you can see what car exactly.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, the car you're driving is a pretty old one when you were looking at the rallying world at this particular moment, and how the cars have changed, because there's been a lot of changes over the years in terms of the cars. And I know still when you get a car, you have to now custom make it, because it's not just a normal Subaru.
It does not. It comes first, it goes to the garage, and it's turned into something totally different.
Exactly.
It needs to be homologated as well. And you have, of course, like we talked about, the roll bars. Those roll cages at roll bars in the rally car also have an expiry date.
As
do
so?
the seats and the seat belts as
the
well.
bucket seats as well.
Yes. So before we get flagged off, the car and all our gear gets taken for scrutineering. So somebody's there checking every single thing. Somebody last year in the rally, actually it was very unfortunate, 2 Italians who came out and they hired a rally car from somebody here, and they couldn't rally in the category in the African Rally Championship ARC, because the roll bars were not up to scratch. And this is an FIA event.
How do roll bars expire? I'm sorry, I'm just curious. I want to know.
Well, I mean, everything has an expiry day, right?
They basically check the integrity.
Okay.
Because maybe within the season you've had an accident or whatever, so they have to confirm that it's still intact. So confirm the integrity, because that's what protects us in case of any accident. So that's why you'll notice that rally cars do not cave in, even if you roll how many times. The chassis remains intact because of the roll bars. Our seat belts have expiry dates because, again, they do get worn out. Bucket seats as well. Even in terms of our kit, if, say, Lisa's glove has even the smallest tear, it's done, even if it's not expired. Same to the suits. Even if it has a tear, that's it.
One tear, one thread missing.
Even the crash helmet, if it has a crack, that's it.
Because you're not safe anymore.
Yes, you have to get another one, because the integrity it's not compromised.
Yes. And safety first, definitely.
Safety first. Precisely.
So WRC is an FIA event, okay? And there are 3 categories in that event. So you have the World Rally Championship, which is WRC. So there's 13 rallies globally in one calendar year, and Kenya is the most exciting one, of course.
It has always been.
You have the ARC, the Africa Rally Championship. So we get then a lot of Kenyans driving in the ARC that do the same circuit twice as WRC. The third one, which is what we've been driving in the past, is KNRC, Kenya National Rally Championship. So we normally start off in the afternoon once the others are back, and we just do the whole thing around once, because we come back in the dark.
Well, I've always been curious because when I was a kid, rallying was being done on the road, and we used to be pretty excited coming out to the roads to watch the rally cars and everything. And then now, and that was what was making it exciting, because I remember even there's a time I remember being in my village when I was a very young kid, and it's deep in the Aberdare and very rough roads, and just the excitement of just running down the road to just watch the rally cars. But then all of a sudden that changed, and it became something that is confined within a park somewhere. What necessitated those changes, and which is more exciting? Because if you were to ask any Kenyan, they'd tell you, I still want to see the rally cars on the road. But even the KNRC now is also controlled within protected segments, and up to I think 8 years ago we had KNRC on the road.
Yeah.
Now it's an FIA event, and FIA they have to abide by their laws and their rules, and safety is number one on everything. It's really, really key. So I mean, the lady that I admire most in the rallying world is Michelle Mouton. And when Michelle Mouton retired from rallying, she became the director for FIA's head of security or safety. Right. And that's where she always says, safety comes first, because if you do have you can roll several times, you're safe in your rally car.
And
now part of what necessitated the changes, is, remember, open roads, the cars have changed. The cars currently participating in the East Africa Classic Safari Rally, they're the cars that used to be on those open roads. Now with developments comes increased danger. Look at the speeds we're doing now versus back then. So it's dangerous. This is why it has to be controlled because of the safety element. Imagine people going close. I'll use the example of Ugandans. Munange, do not finish me, my brothers and sisters. Please forgive me. But these guys, their passion for rally is on another level. Now they even get to the point of betting. Who can touch the rally car as it's passing?
What?
They can imagine you have to control
the risk involved.
Yes, and for them it's a badge of honor to lose a finger. To that. Yes, it's like a flex. So you can imagine when the Ugandans roll into town, I feel sorry for the safety marshals, because
for sure they'll attempt those things.
Yes. So now imagine if it was in the open road. What's to stop someone from not running across? Because those are things that used to happen.
Even now it is happening. We had that conversation. We had that discussion last week.
Someone sees the car coming from there.
They ran across on purpose.
I think I can run faster than the car.
I ran across. Now, imagine the liability. You've cost someone their points because they have to slow down. That's time. So there's very many elements, but safety was primarily the reason why stages had to be in controlled environments.
I'm still stuck to the car. I'm still not leaving the car, because because your baby, like I said, I saw how much you are taking care of that particular. By the way, does the baby have a name?
That is a great question.
Men are the ones who tend to name things.
We do, but you're gonna have to wait till March.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, but the baby should have a name.
The baby has a name. It's going to be revealed.
Well,
when we christen the baby, the christening's happening in March.
The christening will definitely happen, and we will be there when the christening is happening. But what is the cost of a rally car?
There's many categories of cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the vehicle itself, and as we are rallying, because this is not a 2-day rally, 1-day rally, you have to have enough spares. Again, Hankook are the current sponsors, event partners, so every participant has to use those tires, and we run through tires like you guys.
I think almost every day. It's true.
We need like 16 tires minimum
For
a weekend or for a race?
for WRC.
Okay.
So
you said 16 or 60?
16.
Oh, 16.
So that's 4 sets.
So that's 4 sets.
Yeah.
And then imagine.
Plus, does that mean you need to have also 4 spares?
So we always drive with two spares in the boot.
Okay.
Not in the boot, so in the back seat. So we don't have back seats at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all been taken out. We have a net that carries our helmets. So when we're in transport, so before we get into a section for rallying, we call it transport. So our helmets, we don't need to have our helmets on then. The helmets are in a carry bag, and the 2 spare tires are there together with the jack and some spanners and tools.
Mm-hmm.
How fast can you change a tire?
You just need to have to wait and see the tire changing challenge, because there's always one.
Oh,
Yes.
Interesting.
But that's
You
the interesting
guys
part
need to
between the
come.
navigator and the driver, that you know who does what quickly.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I could be jacking up the tire while Washuka's taking out the spare tire from the back, and then
because you have to do it pretty quickly, so that you don't lose time,
Again,
position.
minutes.
Again, it's team effort. Just like with everything else in that car, it's team effort.
I had a question now, but this wasn't about.
No, I still don't want us to move from the car, because
okay.
Is it related to the car?
Because I still more related to the people.
No. I still want us to concentrate on the car, and I can see we're almost heading to the top of the hour. But again, I was asking about the cost.
For now, at the moment, we need 12 million for the car.
12 million. So that's buying the car, custom making it.
So it's $100,000.
Everything related to the vehicle, plus our spares, auxiliary parts. Yeah.
Did I also see a nitrous kit at the back of your car?
Yeah, and also remember that. I mean,
I was that observant. Why are you looking shocked?
I was about to say that.
I'm looking shocked because I was thinking like, is this turning into a Fast and Furious 11 or something like that?
It does have.
That is, and I would love to hear about it.
At the back.
Our suspension is also, again, not the ordinary suspension. So, yeah.
There's all of that, but remember that this is a Subaru, which I call like a tinga.
Yes.
Because remember, and I love the Subarus, I have to say, the international guys come in with their Skodas,
Toyotas,
Gazoo, and that, those
GR.
are 250,000 euros. They're top of the range. So what we're putting together here is really for us to be able to drive through the different categories of the road conditions in WRC. We're driving through black cotton in some sections. Then we're driving through hectic rocks. One section is really rocky.
Camp Moran.
And then you've got the fesh, the fine volcanic dust there in Hell's Gate. So your conditions are so diverse in one single rally. So you've got to be prepared for all those conditions.
This is related to the car.
Okay.
So you have 16 sets of tires. Minimum, yeah. Are there specific tires for wet, like if it was now to rain, because like, for example, that black cotton or the volcanic ash soil that you're driving on, once it's wet, it's a totally different
They're
beast.
all set. So you do have a button that you can change in the car, like that can help you control the skidding, for example, through the black cotton. So we have that. And then again, you've got to know how to drive. You can know how to drive through those various conditions. Kanyaga too.
There's also the aspect of, given we're not the first ones to go on the track, that puts us at a disadvantage, because you come and find those P1s have cottered and chimbered tracks. Now the track is again deep, it's really messed up. So again, there's the tool and there's the handle of the tool.
Wow.
So you have to know how to handle yourself.
And in fact, the most interesting thing is I was watching you driving, and the whole gear system is, again, totally different from what we are used to in a normal. Like, I have a Subaru, and it's a manual, but then just looking at your gear system, it's something this long, and I'm like, are you even?
And the handbrake, the handbrake is another one there, by the way.
That's a sequential gearbox, so it is different. And that's your handbrake as well.
What is a sequential gearbox?
So you just like touch it, just tap.
That's how you change the gears?
Yeah.
It's not like...
No.
And this is why that is even better than the regular one, because that's why the stick is long enough, because again, deters you from taking your hand too far away from the steering. Because again, with those vehicles you have to maintain control, which is part of why I spoke about the physical part of the preparation, because you can imagine 5 hours driving like this, your arms will cry
completely. Yeah. And I had a section last year when I was driving in WRC in Subaru N10, getting into the car, and it was very unfortunate. That was the time when there was 4 women, and unfortunately there was only 4 mechanics looking after the 4 cars, which is why, again, we want to be able to have our own team looking after us. So I jumped into the rally car, realized hakuna power steering. And you imagine driving, going through those
manual
corners.
steering.
Manual steering. My arm was like lead when I finished that day.
I'm sure
there was nothing.
You managed to finish with it the same way it was.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just hard through the sections.
Is receiving, or rather, is not receiving.
I think that's where
not only Lisa, but we need to say the Lionesses Rally team, because it's as Washuka told us earlier on, it's literally an entire team effort, because Siombua now is bringing in is the commercial attaché or manager for the team. Tell us that story, Lisa, and your promoter as well. Lisa, please take it away.
So last year, I thought, let me start early, mapema.
Mapema ndio best.
So I made an appointment, and I went into the Ministry of Sports, Talanta Plaza, and introduced myself to the then CS Mukomen. And we had a lovely morning together, in an hour or so. And I told him all about what I'm doing, and I founded the Lioness Rally. And did you know that there are women in motorsports in Kenya? He had no clue. Nobody had told him anything, and that's always the shocking part, because this is where they should be so excited that there are women driving in such prestigious rallies as WRC. So he asked, how can I help? So he then said, look, what you need to do is write me a proposal, attach it with your sponsor deck so I know exactly the amounts that you are asking for and what it's going to go towards. The next day, I was back with my proposal.
No wasting time. 24 hours.
It's rally time. So he got his copy. I got my copy. Now I'm following up every day. And next thing I hear is Mukomen's been transferred to another ministry, and we have a new CS, Salimvuria. So February, I start up and down in that.
And this funding
building.
you are looking for, was it for the rally in March this year?
That was for the rally in March this year. No, this was for March 2025.
Was the rally this year in March, or it was still in June?
It was.
No, it's March.
The calendar change had already happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was for March. So we thought we've got plenty of time. So CS Mukomen approved it, and it went from, he put his remarks, approve action, to PS2. So Waziri sits on the 10th floor. I always take the steps so that nobody really knows which office I'm bouncing in and out of, Then I go down to the 7th floor where the PS sits. Saya is there. So that one went on. PS2 wrote it, remarks, action, WRC, CEO, Safari Rally. Okay? Now we're in the beginning of March, and I'm sitting in that office from morning until evening, and Salimvuria comes out, and I bump into Waziri by the elevator. He says, you're quite persistent. And I said, yes, and quite consistent as well. And then he says, come tomorrow to my office. So that was on the 12th of March. I'll never forget it. Okay? And I had put my entry in and everything. And remember, this is an FIA event. So there really is not any late entries, as some people would say there is. And because there's been a bit of fitina between the different federations and KMSF, Kenya Motorsports Federation, I don't want to get into that. I don't do politics at all. So that morning of the 12th, I had a one-on-one with CS Salimvuria, and I explained the situation that, I have this approved by Mukomen. Where's the money? It's rally time now. We're like a week or so away. So he told me, just hold on here, don't go anywhere. Then I was called back in and he says, look, what we've done, we've called the other ladies that you drove with last year. The other 3 teams, they were called in with their navigators. Washuka was called in, and we had a complete, with the Kenya broadcast, it was a public announcement, okay?
A press conference.
It was a press conference that...
Actually, I remember watching that particular press conference.
The press conference on the 12th of March, where Salim Vuria announces he is giving the 4 lady teams 10 million shillings to be divided by 4. That means each team gets 2.5. Okay? Guess what?
We don't have to guess. Tell us.
Yeah. Still waiting.
Still, we've never been paid to date.
And did you participate in the rally?
No, so that was the time I was studying. We were actually with the recce car at Kaitana with Terry Novell, because he's there also other agent for Hyundai, and we were all there in that morning, and we were all heading to Naivasha for registration. So we get with the team. Not only is it the team, we have a media team and some of the other like mechanics and partners with us, and we go and do our registration. We get allocated car number, and even from KMSF entry, because you have to renew your competitions license and pay. I even paid the entry fee through KMSF then, and my name is there with the car number. So we get all of that. We walk away, and about 10 minutes later, we get called back. And about this time, it's about 7 p.m. that Sunday at Service Park in Naivasha. Ladies, return all the documents. Your entry has been denied. So we went, what? By who? We don't know. Reason? We don't know. So I called PS2. It's good to have these guys on speed dial. Yeah, and I said, what is happening? He said, look, it's late now. It was about 7:30 by then. Nothing, I don't know. Let me find out in the morning. So Monday morning is now recce. All the cars are going off to do the recce out there. Us, we're back at Service Park 7 a.m. And we go into the office and say, can you tell us why?
Why, exactly?
Nobody was able to tell us anything, or they were afraid to tell us the truth. So imagine we're there throughout the day. You can't buy a coffee. There's no water. You have to leave Service Park and go into Naivasha town to either Art Cafe or Java to look for coffee or something to eat. So by 5 o'clock, I had called PS Tum so many times during that day. Now even my team are very frustrated and are tired and think, what the heck is going on here? This is so wrong. It's frustrated. I even did a video recording and just saying, I've been pushed around, I've been shoved around, and I'm just standing here totally frustrated with no clue why our entry was denied.
So do you actually know the reason? Or
yes, I do. And PS2 at 5 p.m. My team, actually, I did not know at that time, but they were standing next to me because I put them on speakerphone so everybody could hear what PS2 was saying. PS2 was even like getting upset. He said, Lisa, you've called me so many times. And I said, you think you're frustrated? I am so frustrated. I'm here with the team. It's not just me. And this is nothing personal, okay? I put so much effort into this. He said, let me call the CEO of WRC, Charles Cashero. He was brought onto the phone. Charles promised him, because PS2 told him straight, what is going on here? Why is Lisa's name not on the entry list? Bwana Tum, Lisa's name will be on the entry list in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, that means 5:20 p.m. Okay? So, kumbe, my team was recording all of this conversation.
Oh, well, which is a good thing sometimes.
That is a very good thing. You have that
for accountability. For accountability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have the recording that Charles Cashero promised that my name would be on the entry in 20 minutes. That was 5:20 on that Monday evening. Guess what? 7 p.m. came and went. My name never was on the entry. Tuesday morning, we're back at Service Park. And suddenly, we're just parked like right on the side. We're not in anybody's way. And we're 4 of us. We're all sitting in the Ford Raptor. And security comes up to us. We didn't know then that they were security. And they asked us to kindly leave Service Park. We said, why? We've been asked to remove you. Okay.
Orders from above. You know that's usually the line, eh?
Orders from above. Orders from
who?
We were told that our recce car does not even have brand. Our vehicle is not branded, so it's a security risk. To which I asked the young lady who approached us and the gentleman, not sure how long you've been within the rallying fraternity. Recce cars are not branded. That is part of the regulations. So I think she got upset, came back with a pair of scissors, the tags that we had, chop, chop,
We had these VIP tags around the linears, yeah?
Way.
She came very forcefully in a very aggressive way with a pair of scissors and just cut the whole thing. I mean, this is brilliant content for a reality TV show.
I know.
And maybe it will be. So we were...
Were you filming as the cutting was happening? Because, again, that will be the interesting
bit. You're just going to have to wait and see. But
you really know how to tease some content, don't you? You're like, what's the baby's name? You gotta wait and see.
We can't tell you everything. Yeah. But anyway, so those are some of the frustrations, which I think is important for our fans.
You still haven't told us the reason why you guys were blocked from racing.
So when we confronted Charles Gashero and said, why did you? Now it's him, because all roads lead to him. He said, well, you had a late entry. And I said, So we're in the office officially doing a press conference on the 12th of March with CM Salim Vuria and PS Tum and the whole team. And he said, I'm sponsoring the 4 ladies. And you claim to say that the late entry was before that? And they all said, if there are any late entries, if there should be any, none for these ladies. It was made very, very clear. Yeah. So why would there be a press conference if they knew that there was an issue? So it's bollocks. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. That is insane, though. I really can't believe somebody would come with a pair of scissors and just like...
we're calling this sport. It's a motorsport, okay? There is no sport when you try to sabotage somebody. Not only personal, it's a team. Not only Washuka and myself, all our team, all our fans, our sponsors. We are accountable to our sponsors why we did not drive in WRC.
In WRC, because actually that is my question as well, because literally, if one, you were promised that you are going to be there, and a press conference happened, and basically all Kenyans knew that we were going to have four lady teams, right?
4 lady teams.
Exactly.
We were all there. We could show you the photo with PS Tub and Salim Vuria. And Salim Vuria, I have written letters to him, and he knows it. They're in his office because I've got all the copies. End of March, April, requiring a written explanation from him as the CS of sport to explain to me so I can explain to sponsors, fans, and friends and family why we were denied entry in WRC.
Yeah, because even now, it sounds like it's more of blame shifting. Because when you talk about now the CEO coming out to say it was a late entry, when was the deadline? You see, that also now becomes the other question. Because from what you had earlier indicated, you said that you went at the right time, you handed over all the documentation within good time. So at what point does it then become that you were late?
We were there. We had all our documentation.
But there's also regulations, and where the regulation does not speak of any late entries, again, how can an entry be late?
It's an FIA event.
It goes back to questions, because we do follow regulations, and within the regulations there was no mention of anything such as a late entry.
No.
So again,
yeah, because if in the TOCs for the WRC event here, if there was indication that you should submit your entry by this date, if that was not there, then where does the late entry excuse come in?
You see, you can be given a deadline, but as long as there's no clause following that saying that if you're beyond this timeline, you will not be accepted, that's a different story. If the follow-up does not exist, then the issue of lateness is again questionable. Furthermore, if the government, your boss, the ministry that hosts the event in the country comes out to say we are supporting this team, it was just, why the inflexibility, why the rigidity? You see, it doesn't make sense. And
since it is a Kenyan event, to be honest, why do you not want to support your own fellow Kenyans?
But you see, we were already in the park. We had already received all our documentation, the stickers that go onto the rally car. We knew our number and everything. Our paperwork was all submitted, all our entry information. We've done our medical. All of that was done kitambo. Okay, it's an FIA event. FIA, anybody can go online and check the ruling regulations, does not say there is any late entry.
Then there was also the aspect of we were there, we submitted everything, and then they ask us, okay, you guys have come in, but now we're having an issue of having too many entries. We've reached the limit. Or 50 cars. Now, okay, there's that issue. There's the example given by Lisa of the team that could not participate because their car did not pass scrutineering. There's another entrant who did not participate because his vehicle was damaged and therefore never made it to Naivasha. So again, when we had
those are spaces, literally.
Those were spaces, literally, that opened up. And so when you come to the issue of spaces, Safari, let's say, for example, next year attracts a good number because, again, it's not just WRC category, there's ARC. Let's say you're saying 50 cars. Let's say you have 45 who enter in WRC and ARC. Then we begin to worry and question, does that mean that there will be no Kenyan drivers and there will be no KNRC at all during the WRC because that leaves only 5 slots? So again, we need to question, are we promoting the sport? And as a host country, you're allowed to have, how can you host an event and you don't have
your
indigenous drivers driving in the event? So we are hoping that these will not be issues that will come up during next year's rally.
And I like the fact that you say you are hoping, but we are already seeing it's a problem. And to be quite honest, and okay, let me just say it. What niseme in it, okay? Because for me, this is pure discrimination.
I also felt the same way.
I was it's like, pure discrimination because just listening to all those excuses, I'm telling myself, wait. I feel you guys were kicked out because you're women. I'm sorry.
I also thought so.
Because we could be pushed around, eh?
Yeah.
Not because you could be pushed around. I think because somebody was just mad that something new was happening and they didn't want it to. But we can't now. You cannot say that for certainty. You can only say that's what you think.
Exactly.
Personally. However, as you all knew, on Thursday, just 2 days ago, we met the president.
Yes.
President Ruto was at KICC. And we had the privilege of having an audience with him, the Lioness Rally team. We were there, the 3 of us, and our rally car. And I did say to the president that we are here, the Lioness Rally team, representing sports tourism in Kenya, and super excited to be participating in WRC Safari Rally 2026. So it was made very clear.
And it's good. Sometimes when you get those opportunities, push your agenda, to be honest.
The agenda must agenda.
It must agenda.
It must agenda.
And again, people find us unique because we are in this male-dominant sport. And again, this whole example of how we were treated this year just goes to show that you're trying to frustrate women who are trying to break barriers and make a difference. And us, on top of it, my journey as a cancer survivor, trying to support other children with cancer. We have our CSR. Who else does that?
That's a good question.
Who else is doing that? Who else is making so much noise? We've started making noise on the media, on the radio, meeting the president, having that conversation with him and his whole team. And have you guys, let me ask a question, have you seen any announcements that there's 89 days to go to WRC? Are there any billboards out there?
Nope.
To be fair, I knew about the 90 days thing because of the interview I watched with you and Mark. I think you're the only one who's actually
reminding us of the countdown.
And then so yesterday was December 12th and then today's 13th. That's why she started with 89.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've been championing. We're championing. We're putting the word out there. And our presence at KICC this week, we were also creating awareness and educating people not only about WRC but rallying and also safety, and speaking about safety on the roads, regardless of whether you're a driver, a passenger or a pedestrian. So basically we are championing for this, even if we're not part of organization, because we are very passionate, and it would be sad to see this kind of passion being quashed and squashed, so to speak. And look at all the girls who had so much interest. On a personal level, I have gone to girls' schools in Lokichar, Githurai, and all manner of places on invitation to have mentorship sessions with girls. So again, as a team, when we talk about driving for change, that's what we stand for. When we talk about female empowerment, that's what we stand for. When we talk about sustainability, we are looking at doing things in a sustainable manner for longevity and perpetuity.
Well,
and also, sorry to interrupt,
yeah.
Like when I had the inaugural rally at Kasarani, Kenya Forest Services gave me 1,000 trees. I said, guys, we've got to plant trees. Yeah, we planted over 1,000 trees at Kasarani.
Wow.
So that's what we do. And we've been asked to also be part of another docu-reality show that's called Drive Africa, which is super exciting.
I
so
thought
it's for
you
us
were-
to drive.
You saw the smile. And
I did. I thought she was going to say that I can't tell you about right now.
You'll
Maybe I
just
shouldn't tell you.
have to wait and see.
Yeah, sure.
So actually, Drive Africa is the drive that.
Oh, yikes.
Drive Africa
Apologies
is,
for that technical issue, guys, but we're back in the game. Lisa, please carry on.
So Drive Africa is going to be a docu-reality series where we are driving through Kenya, into Tanzania, through Zambia, Zimbabwe, and we're ending up where?
South Africa.
21 days later in the Kalahari.
Ooh.
Desert.
So we talk about climate change, we talk about empowerment, talking to kids at schools, you know, going and having them again have those conversations. Maybe we'll also do tire clinics along the way. So that's something very, very exciting that we are looking forward to do in 2026. So we feel our story is wonderful, inspiring, inspirational. Well, we certainly hope so.
No, it is inspiring.
That is,
Thank you.
And resonates.
Yeah.
And also these challenges and frustrations that we face this year, you know, why we're following through with it. And, you know, it's again what I tell all the young people out there. What you start in life, you finish. We will finish when we get that money that is owed to us. Plus disturbance.
more, because, you know, the thing is you're owed money from 2025. You're expecting more money for 2026.
And there's also something called disturbance allowance.
Exactly.
There has to be. There must be.
And a frustration allowance.
Yes, exactly. Plus VAT.
Exemplifying
Plus
resilience.
VAT.
What a care, what a scare.
Please, we are doing wonderful things even for your daughters and sons, but we purpose to continue exemplifying resilience and purpose, because I mean, without purpose in life, you are just a drifter.
True.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's deep. Simbo, you've been grabbing the mic and not saying anything. So it's about time we also heard your voice.
Yes, no, I wanted to add in is one of the things that we really want to do, which we actually is the reason as to why even the car came to KICC, is that we realize that when it comes to sports, people barely get to meet the athletes, people barely do meet and greets, especially in Africa. And so one of the things we wanted to bring onto the table is that we are normal people. Come and see the car, come feel the car. And that whole entire week, people were so excited, like, we've only seen a rally car, but we've never really been in one. And so we're allowing people to come in, feel how it feels to be in a rally car, ask as many questions as you can. I think we were standing for hours on end asking
In that
questions.
sun.
And it was hot.
I was there for like 30 minutes.
5 minutes. I was complaining.
Oh my God. My phone was, like
Almost-
switched off.
almost
It turned
exploded,
itself
by the
off.
way.
Oh
Exactly.
yes, in the middle of the interview, you had to keep switching.
I had to come back and check again. But wow, you guys, that's I guess that is also a testament of the determination that you guys have been showing from the second that you decided you want to start this, and then you said it took you 9 months, but that's 9 months of training as well. You can't just sit in a rally car and start competing.
Preparations and Kingsway Tires, for example, they were very kind. They sponsored us with a lot of tire clinics, so you could actually understand and read the tire, which is interesting. So let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
I like this.
How many
She's flipped the
components are there in
script.
one tire?
How many?
Components.
What components?
See right there.
What is a tire made of?
Okay.
Rubber.
Hey, that's not wrong. That's not wrong.
So, a tire is made of rubber. And if you were to ask me about components, I know there's wire. Because there are wires that there are tires that have wires, there are tires that have threads instead of tires. And what else can I think of in terms of
I'm thinking
tire?
of the wheel itself.
We're talking just the tire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, forget the rim. Just the tire itself. And do you know how to read a tire?
How to read a tire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think maybe through the size of the treads.
No, actually, I was about to say by how badly or it's worn out. To be honest, I think that's the only thing we ever check in terms of the threads themselves.
Yeah, if it starts becoming soft, then it's a bad tire. You need to replace it.
And the only time you get to replace is because you're seeing cops. You get arrested a few times. Otherwise, we would still survive on the same tires for eternity.
The ones that they say they become so smooth, they become like a cow's tongue.
That's the one. So
the tires
in terms of how do you read the tire? In fact, I'm interested now to know.
So you've always got those numbers. You've got like 17 / was it
47?
Yeah.
At least that I know.
On the wall of the tire.
Because I know that's the width of the tire, and yes.
The size.
Yes.
The size.
Kwani ni mimi peke yangu ndio sijui anything. I did know there was numbers, but I had no idea the specific meaning.
The numbers
when you call Kingsway Tire and you want to ask them, hey guys, I need 2 new front tires.
It's 255.
What are you going to tell them?
255/17.
I go to my guy who I've always gone to since the first day I drove a car. They're like, Jose, fanya hivyo tena.
Actually, Musa, it is 255/17/ ndio hiyo. Because 255 is the width.
Jose akona delivery options.
So going back to the components, actually it was really interesting because we did a lot of tire clinics at Kasarani with the Lionesses before our inaugural rally, but also, as you know, I was one of the A-cast of the Real Housewives of Nairobi.
Yep. I found that out this week. We were going
to ask you
One of the things I thought would be really fun was, let's get these girls in overalls. Let's do a tire
that
clinic,
would be so cool.
Because that was one of the things I had said to D&G Production, that I would only participate if I could take the ladies rallying and show Kenya through my eyes. Okay, so we did that, and of course having a tire clinic was equally exciting. So we did that actually at the Mbagathi Road, the station there for Kingsway, and we were sat in class like girls, each given a pad. And they had a tire expert who was Kenyan, who was Africa's tire expert, who talked us through this tire that has over 200 components.
200.
Now, the tire is the most important part of any vehicle.
Well, that it is. Because
I would have guessed the engine, but
no,
maybe
the tires, because that's your safety.
That's your safety, your stability.
And so also you learn about like how to take the pressure, where in the car do you read the pressure for your front tires, your rear tires, and all of that. So it was actually very interesting seeing some of those girls with long nails and big katumbos get down and change the tires.
Actually,
that was hilarious.
In fact, we spoke about tire changes, and at some point we were talking about how fast. So how fast? I asked that question, and I never got an answer. How fast can you change a tire?
We'll invite you to come and witness, because if I might say something now, watu waseme ni porojo, these are baby girls.
No, I totally understand. But like literally, because you see, one of the most interesting bits about watching Formula One has always been how fast they change the pit stops. How quick they change those tires, because it's within seconds.
But you see how many people are changing that tire for us.
About 40.
It is just the two of you.
Yeah.
Sisi, we are survivors. Sisi na Mungu wetu.
Nyinyi na Mungu wenu na kuangusha
kuanguka nayo
ndio
spread ammonia.
I know. Anyway, Siombua, I wanted to ask a question, and it's in relation to part of what you're doing at Kasarani this week, and that's the whole element around sports tourism.
Yes.
And I don't want people to assume that because you got frustrated by the sports ministry, you ran away to the tourism ministry, but just so, as an explainer to what exactly it is that you're doing at KICC.
Now, first thing to understand is, because you're already in sports, the one thing you need to know is, especially for the last couple of years, sports has been the one thing that has brought in a lot of visitors to the country. And that's how it ends up as sports tourism. So we are still in sports, and we are now still in tourism. Because even for the next couple of years, sports will still be the one bringing in a lot of people. You saw it with Chan, there's AFCON coming in, rallies there. So this is the aspect of sports tourism that is coming in. But now we want to bring it to the people. We want to be able to bring the sport to the people, and that's one of the things that we really are passionate about, is that we are trying to close that gap of disconnect between the fans and the sports itself. And so that is one of the things that we were so happy to do, especially for the rally. I was so excited just to see people who are, oh goodness, like there's one of the guys who came, he saw the car, the next day brought the wife, the kids, everybody.
That's good.
It's like, you've really got to come and see this car. Wow. And so one of the things we also say that we are going to be opening is the fact that we are going to open for us to be able to teach young girls to welcome into the motorsport under Lioness. And we had the registration book, and the guy was like, please talk to my wife, my daughters need to be able to join this. And so we are bridging that gap of we are not just very far away up there, and people just see us from a distance. We are coming to the people to be able to show them that we are actually people. This is our sport. We are Kenyans, and I think that is the aspect of commercial that people don't realize, is that we've missed that gap of making athletes celebrities to a point they're unreachable. But we are here.
And having listened to all of those frustrations you guys have gone through, why would a young girl want to come and face the same frustrations?
But you see, we faced it so that they don't have to face it.
Yes.
So you see, like we got to a place where now we're able to open the doors and make it easier for them to come in. So we suffered so that they don't have to suffer. That's the whole aspect of it.
Well, and that's really, really powerful, to be quite honest. And because the other question I would ask, because I also have a daughter who loves motorsports, and I think I even mentioned this to you guys, would be what opportunities are there for upcoming female drivers, because you see, even now, just looking at the monies involved, you're talking about literally, for me to prepare for a race and starting, I need around 20 million, to be honest, and that's like quick math from the few bits I've picked here and there. I need around 20 million
a year.
A year. That's
Because you're
what I'm
going to
saying.
have to prepare for another season and another.
No, but I'm sorry for interruption. I'll just say that, that's when you want to buy your own rally car and own it. So once you've bought it, you take away that amount from the budget, and then you just work with all the other rallies. So when we finish with WRC, we want to be doing other rallies, the Mombasa rally, the Nanyuki rally, and then we're going to be creating our own rallies in other towns like Homa Bay.
Because it will be nice to actually have a whole female rally race actually happening somewhere.
That's what we plan to do.
So 2022 was the first one, and now we are coming back bigger and stronger. This is part of why we were happy. We wanted to be present this week at KICC. And again, you don't have to start off in rally. There are different categories of motorsport. Your daughter can start with karting. There's a karting championship, for example.
There's a karting championship.
Yes, there is.
I didn't know that.
Yes, locally there's honest. A karting championship. She can start on a buggy. So and do autocrosses.
Interestingly, by the way, we've gone karting with her 3 times.
Nice.
She's beaten me twice. And she's not a driver. Like literally, she does not have a driving license. So I keep on asking, I am the driver. Why are you beating me?
I'm a big fan of karting too, personally.
She's not limited mentally at this point. She doesn't have any biases, and that's why it's so beautiful to catch them young, because they don't have fear. Sisi tuluzio woga. Yeah, I remember when I got into motorsport, moved from the officiating side into the rallying aspect, I got naysayers told me, you're too old to do this. You should, you didn't start young. My friend, we are the people showing people that the limitations only exist in your mind.
And it's never too late, to be honest.
Never
they
too
exist
late.
in your
It
mind.
really is never too late.
So again, part of the Lioness's mandate and part of what we are doing and part of what was started back in 2022 is to show these young girls, young boys as well, we are not discriminating, is that there are different categories of motorsports. There's different positions within motorsports. You could be a safety marshal, you could be part of the event organizer, you could be a timekeeper. There's so many things to do in motorsports. So it's not just about being in the car.
You've disproven yourself. You're driving for change and you're driving for pride, and we're very, very thankful that you guys took out your time on a weekend as well to come sit here with us and educate us, not only us but also our listeners, and to all the young people, and I say people because it could be young boys and young girls who are interested in motorsport. I think they've had something today that they wouldn't have had another opportunity to. So I just want to say thank you, and that's just from me.
Well, I think it's us.
From the both of us.
And Sammy,
it's only that I'm not going to follow that monologue with another monologue, so I'll ride on yours.
That's true.
You drive on that.
I'll drive on his.
That's yes.
So we also want to say thank you so much for having us. It's been absolute pleasure, and thank you for supporting us by listening to our story. We're very, very grateful, and we're delighted to be welcomed back.
Actually, surprisingly enough, it took 2 minutes of meeting them to tell them, actually, we want you in the studio on Saturday.
Yes.
I told you, you meet us and you can't forget us.
Exactly.
The energy.
And that's why we do what we do, because the impact is real and we want to see it carried forward beyond ourselves.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you guys so much, man. Guys, that has been the Lioness Rally Club. Please make sure you go ahead and follow them. That is on Instagram at, is it Rally Lionesses or Lioness Rally?
Lioness_Rally.
Yeah.
I know somebody was going to say Lally there. I thought somebody was going to say Lally. Yeah,
there
thank you so much. Yeah, so guys, please go ahead and follow them at Lioness_Rally.
It had to be you that said the lally.
The trap you're trying to set.
The Murema.
I don't know. I don't know how the Murima in me has come out.